You mentioned that it seemed like Rob Pelinka and LeBron James are starting to butt heads. We did see that report that he'd be interested in pursuing futures with whatever team ends up drafting Bronny. He has currently the second highest usage rate in the NBA. To the last 3 seasons. He's had injuries. With LeBron playing at this level, I know it's obviously hard to kind of reduce his minutes, especially because the team's struggling with when he's not on the court. How should they plan on moving forward with the aging LeBron, especially over the next 2 years, while trying to keeping him happy and also with this current chemistry they have on the court?
If I was the Lakers and Rob Pelinka, I would have a man-to-man conversation with LeBron, ask him straight up, do you want to be here? Yes or no? And if he doesn't say anything, I'm picking up the phone and trading him, because LeBron leaves teams high and dry. He just goes from Cleveland to Miami, then Miami back to Cleveland, then Cleveland to LA. It's like, come on, if you don't want to be here, just say it. We'll pick up the phone, trade you. You know what I mean? I don't want him to just leave us high and dry. If he leaves us, we'll be in another rebuilding. That's what, So if I'm the Lakers, go LeBron, say, hey, you want to be here? If he doesn't say anything, I'm just trading him. That's what I feel. What do you guys think?
I would say it's very unlikely. As much as I think you guys would obviously get some return draft capital if you're able to say, hey, we got LeBron James on the market. The idea of trading LeBron James is something that I think a franchise typically won't recover from. You don't typically see stars at that level get traded. Though obviously, if you could find a deal there, you should expect a decent amount of picks or capital back in that situation, which I guess brings up another question here. Obviously, the Lakers have a lack of draft capital, lack of cap space. How should Rob Pelinka and these guys start to maneuver things as they head into future years?
To get good assets back, man. I know we talked about earlier. In fact, the Lakers got to consider getting rid of AD and LeBron just to set the future. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like for whatever reason, man, LeBron doesn't seem happy here anymore. That's what I'm getting. And if he's not happy, just say it. LeBron, don't sugarcoat. Don't throw little dish shots around Pelinka. Don't throw little dish shots to me. Be a man about it and say, I don't want to be here anymore. And we'll get on the phone and trade you. That I just don't want to be left high and dry with no draft picks, no assets. You know what I mean? Get value for LeBron. Just to say, okay, LeBron, thank you for that one championship. You go do your thing, go back to Cleveland, which I already know he's going to go back to Cleveland. I know his son's going to be in the NBA in a couple of years. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if Bronny James goes to Cleveland and LeBron goes back there. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is I just don't want to get left high and dry with no draft picks, no assets back. That's what I would do if I was Rob Pelinka. Try to ask around like, okay, I have LeBron James. What can I get? Throw me some draft picks my way. That's what I would do if I was Rob Pelinka of the Lakers. So, you know what I mean? Just I don't want to be left high and dry at the end of the day.
So this is an interesting game because LeBron James has the no trade clause in his contract. So ultimately does LeBron James want to leave? Does LeBron James look at the situation with the Lakers and say, I'm ready to go try something else with the last stages of the career? The Anthony Davis one, though, is really interesting because the Lakers hold a lot of leverage in that situation if they want to move on. So this offseason, you mentioned earlier that you would hold on one more year with Anthony Davis. Obviously, you'd move Westbrook yesterday if you could. So do you wait it out and risk the possibility of LeBron leaving in 2023 and leaving you high and dry for the possibility of what those two stars when healthy can be?
Yeah, I would try waiting game. I would try the waiting game and ask him mid-season which situation. I would just bug him. If I was Rob Pelinka, like, what's your situation? You need to let me know. If he's like, I'll let you know. If he doesn't, pick up the phone at the deadline and then get rid of him. Because I just feel like body language, his demeanor, he's mentally checked out. That's what I'm getting. With all the tea leaves around the league. And he's done that with Cleveland. There's tea leaves, him leaving Cleveland and he left. Leaving Miami, he left. Going back to Cleveland, it happened. And then him from Cleveland to LA, it happened. So it's like, just keep it 100 and say, my time in LA, I'm done. Then it's, I know he has no trade clause. You go to him and be like, what team you want to go to? We'll trade you there. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if I was the Lakers spreading the front office.